Hey there, welcome to camp. Get a nice fire going. Why don't you pull up a chair? Today, we're going to talk about tumblers, specifically this, the RTIC Tumbler 30. And not just exactly about this, but how this compares and how this is the first time I have found a suitable alternative to the Yeti. Um, Now, as a quick backstory, I have a couple of mine out here, but uh, I during the day generally only drink water and coffee. That's pretty much it. Every once in a while I'll have a soda, but it's generally water and coffee. And it's also I only have 2 cups this size of coffee a day. That's been that way. I've had been that way for about 8, 9 years now. I drink a ton of water, but coffee generally 2 cups. I limit myself to. What I found in the past. So what happened was in the past I found I bought a lot of uh, budget options, right? Because I like refilling my own. I like making my own coffee, or I just like having my own cup. I don't usually go to Starbucks or anything like that. If I go somewhere for coffee, frankly, one of the only things I buy at McDonald's is their coffee. Uh, I found that the the budget cups they generally do 2 things. They either don't insulate very well at all, or they leak, or they do both. Both of those. I mean, that's just across the board. Uh, I haven't found anything until this that did so. In the same token, I like to have ice water. I like my water cold. Um, Previously, I used Nalgene bottles. I have, by the way, I still highly endorse them. Love Nalgene bottles. But what I found is I like ice cold water. I like it insulated. They didn't keep cold. So I'd always seen Yeti, and I'd always talked a lot of smack about Yeti. Because let's be honest, $30 plus for a mug, it's a lot of money. So I talked a lot of smack. I'm like, they can't be worth it, blah, blah, blah. Well, about 6 years ago, my then girlfriend, now fiance, she got a little tired of me talking smack about Yeti. So we were at Ace Hardware, and I was going off on one of my tirades, which you will soon be hearing, I'm sure, about something wherein I went off about the value or lack thereof in buying a ridiculously expensive mug. So she said she finally had enough, and she said, "You know what? If I buy you one of these and you like it, will you shut up about Yeti?" And I said, "Sure, I'll give it a shot." Um, that was 6 years ago, and it just wasn't one of these. It was this particular mug. I've had this for 6 years now, and I beat the living crap out of stuff. I'm very hard on things. So I like stuff that's quality, or I like stuff that is disposable. So this thing for for a number of years, mainly I used it for water because when I was commuting to work or when I was at an office, I just found that having having ice water was better and more convenient because I drink a lot more of that than I drink of coffee. Um, to finish this takes a few hours. It keeps coffee really, really hot. So I've had extensive experience with this. I love this one so much that, as you can see, this is just a few. Okay, I have a Yeti for pretty much everything. Um, what I like about them and what has kept me from other brands, right? So I've tried other brands, tried Ozark Trails, whatever, what you name it, they're crap. Okay, I'm just gonna go out and say it, they are junk. Uh, it's value isn't it's price is what you pay, value is what you get, right? Uh, in this instance, it's true. There are some instances it's not, but this is one of those. So I'd given up on those. In fact, if you're wondering why I don't have any here, well, it's because they usually end up in a dumpster because they piss me off, frankly. Driving down the road and coffee dribbles down you, or you go back into your truck after an hour and the coffee's ice cold. It ends up just I don't have a lot of tolerance for that. So that's why I don't have any anymore. And now my fiance has introduced me to this, the RTIC Tumbler 30. This thing, I'm going to go out and say it, is fantastic. This is truly all of the quality of this for half the price. I'm going to say it right now. Time will tell on certain parts, but I can tell you right now that insulation-wise, this is as identical. They're identical. There's no difference. I now work from home, so the reason my lovely fiance got this for me was because when I'm working from home, the downside of that is my office is in the lower level. In the morning, I make coffee. I go down, and previously I've been using this one. I'll go down and I'll fill up my water bottle. I'm nosing on work. Next thing I know, it's noon. And this guy always keeps my coffee nice and warm. But the problem is I have one cup, and then it's noon, and I go up to get my second cup, and it's been sitting on the burner on the bun all morning, and it's not. You've been there. It's not good. So she saw this and immediately thought of me. She got it at this one's branded with a local coffee place, but she saw it at a local coffee place, and she thought of me, and she picked it up. Being as I've been burned so many times before, the first thing I did was when I pulled it out of the pot, when I pulled it out of the package, I did the flex test wherein I did this, and this thing did not flex an inch or a tiny millimeter, whatever you want to call it. That's been one of my gripes with the other ones, is that you push them in like this and they're going to flex, and eventually over time what that means is I got baseball glove size hands and good grip. Somebody annoys me on the road, it's, this is going to happen, or I get startled, you're going to grip your cup. What I found with those is over time, and by over time I mean within days, they would become a little oval shaped, and that's when they're leaking on you and they're junk. This one absolutely does not flex. Another wonderful thing about this mug is it is identical to YETI on the inside. You can see they're both double walled, and they both have that excellent, I think they call it a ceramic finish or something. I don't know. It's marketing, whatever, but they both have that excellent finish to the stainless steel on the inside. Whereas with the cheaper mugs, you'll not see that, right? And what happens over time, and again, over time I mean 4 days, your stuff's going to taste metallic. That was a big thing for me why I really didn't use metal cups for water. I wouldn't, because they always had a metallic taste until I got this. Never had that issue with YETI ever. This thing though, this thing is fantastic. I will fill up my coffee at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, go down, nose in on work. This will keep it within 10 to 15 degrees of what it came out of the pot. Noon, 1. It's outstanding. Testing it with cold stuff, again, ice water, outstanding. It performs identical. The this lid I'm mixed on, okay? So let's talk about the lid quick. So it's got this flip-up lid. It's really nice, but it's nice and I'm mixed on it at the same time. What's nice about it is if you're driving, I just, push it down a little bit, right? And then you can just, flip it up and it gets up easy. But it seems like it's got two, I'm not going to call them settings, right? If you torque in on it a little bit, I like that a lot. I am a klutz, and this will be sitting here on this side of me, and I got my mouse hand, and every once in a while I might just do this or something. It's going to do that, right? This one is nice and stable. That's another reason why I didn't use this for coffee, because it'll fall over. With that lid snapped down like that, and I've got to a habit of that. Not only it's going to insulate it amazingly, but this thing can knock over and be upside down full. It's not leaking. The YETI with the mag slider, they will leak a little. I mean, it's the design. I mean, it's just a different design. If this is full of water, it will leak a little if you knock it over. It's not bad, but where I'm mixed on this is with this particular lid, and I haven't really looked up. I don't think they have a mag slider. I could be wrong. Feel free to roast me if they do. With this lid, you can't remove this thing, right? So you could get gunk built up under there. That's one thing I really like about the YETI mag sliders is these mag sliders, you just pull them off. And these are so easy to clean. Um, and you can buy replacements. So I got replacements because I have lost some. Let's talk about that. This mug is $39 right now on YETI site. This mug on RTIC site lists for 17 right now. They have, I think, a Black Friday sale, so it's $13.59. And this is literally half the price normally than this one. In fact, this one's so cheap, it is cheaper than the mag sliders. Okay. That is a real deal. I can't say enough good about this cup after using it for a week. I have also noticed the build quality on it is outstanding. That's been another gripe I've had about the Ozark, Arctic, whatever, the trail, the crap ones that you get at the big box stores. They just they'll dead immediately. This one, I've already dropped it a couple times, you can't tell. Obviously, that's going to be a very long-term thing. I can tell you that's one of the things that has sold me on these, is I can't tell you how many times this one has been dropped or whatever, and you can't tell. This water bottle literally comes with me everywhere, full of water. It's 36 ounces. Regularly it's falling out of my truck, okay, or falling off my workbench because I am hard on things. The bottom has gotten a little dented up over time, but I've had this thing for 5 years now, and I use it literally all day, every day, and it is held up perfectly. If this guy and RTIC products hold up even half as well, maybe you get 5 years out of it instead of 10. Still, you can buy 2 in that time. But I do believe it's going to hold up just as well. So there's kind of my review. Whenever I talk about stuff, my whole goal is to give you things that I've tested that I bought that are of value and are for good outdoors. These, I can't recommend these enough. If you're by the campsite, like by the campfire today, have a nice big cup of coffee, you sit here out at the lake. Later on tonight, fill it full of a little bit of frosted beer, and it's going to keep that nice and cold. I've tried that too. It works wonderful for that as well as this. I can't say enough good about this. Heck of a value. I definitely recommend, and definitely I would go pick one up. So that's my story. Thank you so much for joining me today, and stick around. I will have more in the future.